Buongiorno, darlings. Happy full moon in Cancer. I'm legit a homebody right now. Perfect. Santa got me this for Christmas yesterday. I feel so grateful. It's just so soft and fuzzy. I'm going to see a soul sister. I'm getting the mane trimmed later on today. And it's a beautiful, I don't know why the accent's staying, but it's the full moon. I have no idea what's going on. So welcome everyone. Hello. If we have not met, my name is Sarah. It is so nice to meet you. This is my multidimensional cafe. I am a mystic, a quantum healer, a spiritual counselor, whatever label that you would like to put on me that says my consciousness came from a different time and space that has come down to play human and run Sarah, this gorgeous human avatar, for the time of the awakening and help you make sense of what's going on. It's a beautiful world out there. It's just how you view it, and it's just how you're able to process exactly what's going on. And so we are going to talk a bit about the astrology back here. We are going to talk a little bit about tarot. I have the tarot cards that run the Capricorn decan of the astrological wheel, or the major arcana for Capricorn as well as Cancer. And then I have the two minor arcana cards that run 1 to 10 degrees of Cancer and 1 to 10 degrees of Capricorn. So everything is always connected, and I'm not sure what version of the notes that I have here I'm going to utilize as the title of this video, but I have written down here, first it was going to be just irreconcilable differences, but I didn't want that to be harsh, so I wrote down warm irreconcilability. It just is. So we're going to chit chat about that. So please pause this video, go grab your coffee or tea. Right now I have some organic Earl Grey with some organic almond milk, and I was gifted honey for Christmas this year from two very special people, two very, very different people. But honey is just, I'll chit chat more about that another time in another place, but it's just bees are magicians. They are the alchemists. And so it's very, very precious. So please go pause the video with Esmeralda, her gorgeous hat on, and go grab your coffee or tea and join me. All right. Beautiful. That was our pause. So I'll talk about the astrology first, and I'm just going to give you the dates and times first because I always say that I'm going to and I never do. So this full moon in Cancer is happening at 4 degrees and 57 minutes. It is happening in the Gold Coast of Australia on the 27th of December at 10:32. Central Time in the United States, it is happening on the 26th of December at 18:32. I'm teaching you military time. And in Eastern Standard Time in Gloucester, Massachusetts, where I live, is the 26th of December at 19:32. So all that means is that everyone on the planet gets a full moon. It's just in the exact moment where the sun is in complete opposition of the moon, right over here. When we have the new moons, that's when the sun and the moon are conjunct together in the sky, the dark side. This is illuminating something that we have not seen before. This is endings of different wherever it's falling in your chart. It's an ending, a closure. You might have felt this for a long time. Just based off of the images that my guides have been giving me, it seems as though if it is a closure, if this is like a completed cycle, for a lot of us, we've known this for a long time, and we just maybe experienced some validation of it, or just something happened that an older version of us would have either popped off or would have either tried to codependently teach this person, or, codependently tried to keep this person in our lives, a situation in our lives. But it's as brazen as can be. The differences of human beings and timelines and trajectories. It is without judgment that I say this. I'm giving you very, very accessible, very, very introductory information. There is no judgment, and it cannot be an I told you so dance. And I'm going to give two references for what I mean by that. I'm going to put the Generational Quests. It's a download that you can purchase from my Gumroad. It's $2.22. It was a download that I got about how every generation, you and your contemporaries each have a quest in this world and something that you're meant to do all together. And what my guides have always told me is that we can't have an I told you so dance. You know, for and it's not the boomers, what's the one right after that? Gen X. It's like they have to let go of a lot of their bitterness, but they can't, awaken. And then when someone that was an adversary before is now awakened or sees things for what it is, you can't be like, see, I told you so. That's a lower density, that's a lower vibration. I also want to put the link to a video from an angel channeler, Ann Tucker, that I follow. She does a video every Friday, every week, a channeled message from the angels. And I really love the way that she does it, because her video last week was talking about the atrocities that are happening on the planet right now. And one of the things that we really have to remember is that there's not going to be this big judgment day where everyone gets like thrown into the fires of hell. It's like, that's not the way it's going to be. What will happen is that, a lot of people that maybe have not been doing this work, that are on a fear-based timeline, some of their private secrets and some of the private pain that they've been experiencing will get exposed. It will be shown, and we must remember to send that being love. When things come to light, when things come to be, I forget what rising sign I told a video of mine in the All Signs video that is available complimentary on YouTube, so definitely go check that out. I talked about, when I was in a very codependent, very verbally abusive relationship with a narcissist, one of the saddest moments I ever experienced was when people, showed up at my house one day where he was screaming at me. And I never wanted anyone to see his negative side, but that was a moment of clarity where I got to heal, he got to heal. It's not a bad thing for, people to be brought into the light. The vibration of the planet is raising so much that we're all like, it's impossible for a lower density being, A, not to be feeling this, and B, to hide in the light. So just like this full moon is illuminating something, and this is the general astrological wheel, which starts at Aries and then works all the way around to Pisces. So if you're keen for an individualized reading, please go watch the All Signs individual readings that I have. And I've been doing public for free complimentary individual rising sign readings all year in 2023 for my YouTube community. That, like I've said in the new moon video, is going to be changing. I'm going to have a private Patreon new moon and full moon workshops. That's going to be available. I think it's a $10 a month investment. It's going to have the new moon, the full moon, all the readings, as well as the channeled message that my guides give me. But for the month of December, my holiday present to all of you, my gift to all of you, is to put it out here complimentary for me. For you to receive the information, the downloads, but also to get a little bit of the vibration and understanding as to what that Patreon group will look like. It's available now, but everything's for free. I'm going to be offering a 7-day free trial for that as well. So please go check that out. Very, very accessible, $10. So it's really just like for $5, you get all the new moon stuff, and for $5, you get all the full moon stuff. And all of the information will be in there. So I'm really, really excited about that. But for now, let's get into it. There's a few things that are kind of happening over here, and I'll put the link to another astrologer that I love so much. Cite your references and resources, everybody. We're all receiving very similar information, but please just cite your resource. Who are you learning from? Where is that coming from? There's no reason to hide that I study under an angel channeler and a very gifted astrologer. There's nothing to hide there. But because my amalgamation includes leadership, personal growth and development, channeling, all different things, all different lenses, I'm going to highlight someone. If you're keen for just the astrology, go check out Pam Gregory. If you're keen for just angel messages, go check out Ann Tucker. Really. There's billions of people on the planet. As long as you're receiving this information, that's all that matters. So I'm going to chit chat with my guides and see what's going on over here. So we have the sun in our collective house of legacy, public life and career. Capricorn is the GOAT, the hardest working sign in the zodiac, right up here. So if you don't have mind on the money and the money on the mind right now, I don't know how you're not feeling these vibrations. Or if it's not, you wake up so my natal moon is in the sign of Capricorn. So literally every single morning I wake up and I'm just like, what dimension am I in? Have you monetized it all? Have you created a program? Have you done this video yet? Have you done this? Have you done this? And I'm just like, I'm I'm gonna go pee. That's okay. All right, as long as you start working right away right after that. So collectively, when the sun is in the sign of Capricorn, and I love that it happens kind of like Sag season is like the holiday shopping season where it's like money comes to us effortlessly, everything's great. And then a Cap season, I don't want us to diminish back into a fear-based like, I just bought all these really beautiful presents for people and I just did all this really nice stuff. That's what this Cancer full moon is about. Home. Home is a place. My pocket of the world. Safety is key down here. And pardon me, I'm going to move my tea, move the chair. This is cultural family roots. So for many of the light workers in the world, we feel this also when the sun is transiting your top of the chart over here, as well as when kind of like the inner planets are transiting the top of your chart. It just feels as though you're famous, and it feels as though everyone's watching, and it feels as though anytime anyone asks you like, hey, how are you? You're just like, I have to be PC about this. They can't know about that. They can't know about that. They can't know about that. All right, what would my assistant think of this? What would my PR to think about this? Okay, can I talk about this? Can I talk about this? I'm fine. How are you? That's how we all feel. That's how we all feel right now. That's how we all feel. Especially for any Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn placements right now. You're just shining like a minor league baseball player. It's really, really exciting. There's a few different aspects that I'm going to mention right now. So sun, moon, opposition, complete opposition to each other. We also have a really beautiful trine, which is a triangle, really flowing energy from the sun, 4 degrees of it's Mercury retrograde, Capricorn, to Jupiter right over here, retrograde in Taurus at 5 degrees. Values, legacy, really beautiful trine. We also have a lovely sextile, which is good flowing energy. I feel like for me, it just can kind of be like a little bit like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's like when you, what's that? Like when you see your favorite cousin at the holiday party, where you're just like, hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. My guy, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Like that type of a stuff. That's the sun and Saturn right over here. Sun in Capricorn, Saturn in Pisces. I like that because Saturn can kind of be like a little disciplinarian, the Papa Time in the sky, just saying like, have you figured out your soul purpose yet? Have you figured it out? That's not it. What is a soul purpose? What is my purpose? What is all of this happening over there? The sun and Saturn connecting is just asking you to vibe. So you have a beautiful trine, sun to Jupiter, sextile, sun to Saturn. And then the moon, beautiful trine, water sign to water sign, moon and Saturn, beautiful trine, and then the sextile of the moon and Jupiter, being like, I know, gotta get things done. So there's not, I want to go back to the title when I said like warm irreconcilability. So this is kind of the image that my guides had given me when it comes to what you might be feeling right now and what it means by really letting something go as far as safety is concerned, Sarah. What do you mean by that? So you show up at the party, show up at the family holiday party, and you know, Uncle Steve is there, Uncle Jeff is there, Uncle whomever, like it's they're there. And you know you don't agree with them on certain things. No, it's not even uncle. This is a contemporary. Yeah, my guides are talking, they're taking over. They want me to erase that, and they want me to say, this is a contemporary. This is a cousin. This is like a sibling. This could be a parent as well. This could be your partner as well. It's someone in your VIP. It's someone so close to you, or a situation that's so close to you. I want to do it in the negative, and I want to do it in the positive as well. You show up at this gathering. You've been doing your inner work. You've been trusting the vibrations. You've been processing every single minute. You've been doing all of the stuff that you're supposed to be doing. You've been trusting the planets. You've been flowing. You've been giving. You've been like listening to your guides, connecting in ways that just feel so powerful. It just feels so powerful. And then you're in this gathering with all of the people that, is a part of your family, your chosen family, your community, and you see and hear something that this person that as I'm talking to you, you know exactly who I'm talking about, says or does something that something inside of you just snaps. And you're like, wow, they're not for me anymore. Wow. And it's not painful. It's not emotional. It's think of the crab. Think of the crab. Like, Cancer is the homebody. They're the mom. They're like more even so than the frickin' Virgos. It's like the mom friend, like literally run by the moon. This is like have a full moon in the sign that's run by the moon. So powerful. So powerful. So this isn't a judgment. This is just, you understand this vibrational snipping. It's almost like your higher self, you consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously in that moment are just cutting the ties to that person. And it's just like a sp. And you just have this beautiful moment of clarity of it's just not a match. See, this is warm irreconcilability. I don't have to teach them. I don't have to carry them. I don't have to worry anymore. It's okay. It's okay. And you're honestly going to have this more like jovial expression when you communicate with them now, because there's no issues. There's no codependency. You don't have to play the game. You don't have to diminish yourself anymore. It's just like, hi, Merry Christmas. It's lovely to see you. I'm fine. Yeah, everything's great. No, I'm not going to talk about any of that. I'm fine. That's enough. Okay, take care. I'm going to go get some punch. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, you can watch my social media, but no, we're not going to talk anymore. I'm okay. How are you? No, I'm not going to talk about me. How are you? And you can listen and hold space and send them love, and everything's going to be fine. And I also want to talk about the positive side of this full moon, because it really is to me that I'll speak from I statements. The last 2 days of my life, the 24th and the 25th of 2023, and if you've gone back and watched my, mental health in 2023 video, I wouldn't wish my 2023 on the devil. On the devil. I wouldn't. With mental health, with issues, with things falling through, with faltering, for feeling like I was Bambi, and then all the, it fully. But the past 2 days have been some of the best days, like top 10 of my 36 years. I'm so honored to have the family that I have, to have the friend group that I have, the community that I have. It's just as like this. I've been bawling my eyes out in straight gratitude, just being like, I can't even believe how intimate and lovely and wonderful and really just be just me to have gone from where I've come from to where I am right now. I have never been prouder of myself. I've never been more grateful for the people that I have in my life, and I've never felt as though I'm home and safe in my skin. I want that to be what you feel for this full moon. I want you to think of all things Cancerian. I want you cleaning the house, cooking a nice home-cooked meal. Like really, if you choose to get takeaway, I'd say get like one of those like bake at home type things or make sure to bring it home and warm it in the oven. Even if you get takeaway, put it in the oven and warm it in the oven. I want it to just like really, like I'm wearing like cozy stuff today. It got like my house handkerchief on. It's like I still have my house slippers on. All's well. Really. Be so specific and precious with the beings that you spend time with, and we're not setting those boundaries right now. Mercury's retrograde in our house of quest, adventure, long distance travel, and higher education. Jupiter's retrograde in our house of money over here. Oh gosh, oh golly gee, Uranus is still retrograde in our house of money and access to resources. Chiron goes stationary direct today as well. This is another component, another lens as to why we're just okie dokie with all of this. We're just okie dokie with all of this. Where Chiron is our wounded warrior, our wounded healer. It's a little bit like our natal wince of like, oh, that hurts. That really hurts. And for natally, for Chiron and Aries, there's a wound to your identity. And, a lot of, if you're around 50, 51 years old, you're having your Chiron return. And that's kind of like the midlife crisis, as they call it. Whereas your natal Chiron or the transiting Chiron is sitting right on top of where it was where you were born. And you're just like, am I allowed to exist? So 50 and 51-year-olds, what you're going through right now is this feeling of I was not allowed to exist. I was not allowed to take up too much space. I was not allowed to be my full self. My parents projected their traumas onto me. So it's either that you had to be the perfect child. You had to be perfect in every way. You had to be the straight A student. You weren't allowed to be less than, or you were the scapegoat, or you were more of like a sassy kid. And now, and your parents always made fun of you, or you were the butt of the jokes. And now you're like, that's really not funny anymore. That's kind of what I'm feeling in a little bit of this. But it's also with Chiron on the full moon, going direct, that's no accident. The planets don't make mistakes. It's our human free will and the reptilian brain that we've been given that says, oh, I get to choose what's best for me. When it comes to astrology, yes, it's our footprint, it's our fingerprint, and yes, it's our quest, but it's how we view it. It's how we view it that matters. This could be a moment, truly what I'm talking about, that someone decides that their significant other made a really like crass joke at the family gathering, and they had this, I'm going to separate from him in 2024, and it's probably going to be guttural and it's probably going to be intense, but I know that I just can't live this way anymore. See, you're excited for something that might be lions and tigers and bears and scary. It could be, it's exciting. But when you make these big, powerful decisions inside, we're not manifesting, it's a full moon, we're all the werewolf right now. When you make these big decisions inside, you're teaching the universe that I'm strong enough to handle what my quest was, what my chart was. I'm going to navigate this with sovereignty and grace and loveliness. We never want to harden in our crab shell. We never want to put too many layers between us and the world. We want to still stay open-hearted, but recognizing, oh my God, this is not a vibrational match. Oh my God, I can't be around you. I have to keep you at a distance. Or, oh, I sent a really loving text message and I didn't receive anything back. That's where they are. That's so okay. I've been there and I know how painful and lonely that feels. So I love you, but I won't engage anymore because I'm shining in a different way. I'm vibrating in a different way. I'm, experiencing life in a different way. And that I don't need to try to keep weaseling myself into that life. We can't, and never as you awaken, we can't save anyone, nor can you force your awakening onto anyone. You can't just shake them and say, like, how can you not see how corrupt the people are? How? You just have to say, oh no, I don't really watch that television show. Oh no, I've never really liked that person's music. Yeah, no, I really don't like it. It just makes me feel kind of gross. But I'm happy that you like it. That's good, that's where you are. Like, not even that's where you are, but like, that's what you like. I don't have to like everything you like. I don't like everything on the planet, nor do I expect everyone else to. I don't like every person on this planet, nor do I expect every person to like me. When you find your vibe, it's like it's like getting the band back together. You can't have a bad day because you process together. We're not talking about the Three of Cups. Okay, I'm going to get into the tarot in a second, but I want to see if there's anything else. Yes, Venus in Scorpio right over here. Lions and tigers and bears portion of the chart. Deep transformation, death, rebirth, shared possessions, taxes, wills, legacy. We have so much going on in the money axis over here because these two planets are retrograde. There's it's slow in the money. blessings. All right, I'm going to try to say what my guides are saying because it's like backwards. It's like, although I want you to imagine that you've come into the abundance and you're ready to buy a new house, you're ready to buy a new building or open your company, like your startup, you're ready to buy the building and you're ready to do all of these things with it. I want you to picture it in reverse right now and think, if you don't have the capital yet, but you're shopping for the home, you're looking for the bigger thing. That's what they're saying. Like, focus on the Venus side of things because it's going backwards. Like, focus on what it is that you're really trying to birth and create. Like, what is the bigger next step of your ideals and ideas? Because it's like, it's a little multidimensional, it's a little quantum what I'm saying, because if, we have to always remember, if we're not receiving the things that we want to be receiving, Mercury retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, Uranus retrograde, A, it could be the planets. Yes, that's validation. But B, the universe is not going to bless you with incredible abundances if you keep someone in your VIP circle that's not meant to be blessed with those abundances. So if we keep people in our lives in a codependent way, we're telling the universe we're too scared to level up. We're too scared to keep and hold that boundary. And so this will never happen if we keep those people around. So we have to act as if. What is the big space? What is the big thing? Go back and watch my Capricorn season introductory video as well. It talks about the money mindset. And I'm not going to repeat all the things that I said here because I can see myself starting to get a little bit like, I get stern with you there. So definitely go watch that. I'll put the link for that below. I'm not going to repeat all the things that I said there. But what I will say is on the 30th of December, Jupiter goes direct. On the 1st of the year, Mercury goes direct. On the 27th of January, Uranus goes direct. The week before that, the Sun and Pluto go into Aquarius together. That's your house of community, wishes for the future, and friendships. So I'll put them in order. Jupiter goes direct. A little bit of clarity when it comes to our money. All the things that we really want to be happening. Beautiful. Mercury goes direct. We get big offers, big ideas, big launches, big things happening. Uranus goes direct. Uranus is an outer planet and does not have any time period to it. Like, this could happen the day that Uranus goes direct, or pardon me, that goes direct. Then the Sun and Pluto go into Aquarius. It's again like the second coming of the age of Aquarius. Pluto started to go into Aquarius last year, was only there for a few months. It's going to be from January until September that Pluto's in Aquarius, dips back into Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th. And then on November 19th, Pluto will be in Aquarius for the next 20 to 21 years. Big transformation of our community and all of the galactic things that we've been waiting for. Very, very exciting. This is fully the prophesized age of Aquarius, my guy. Like, we're in it. We're in it. We're in it. There's flying cars and the aliens coming down and all of the reptiles that are pretending to be humans can't just kind of show their eyes again. Actually, yeah. You can tell. I'm going to plant that seed because I saw a video of someone that was just like a regular person that was talking about kind of like, has anybody noticed that like a lot of people's eyes are really weird? Like, what is going on here? So I want you to like really, okay, I didn't know when this was going to come out. I didn't know when this was going to happen, but I want to plant a seed here because of everything that's happening. I believe that a significant amount of like celebrities that were like huge, either have been or are or will be wearing sunglasses way more than usual. That they're going to be covering their eyes on a regular basis, whether it be like at any event, any big concerts, any interviews, anything that is either you can't really control the variables around or something in a very intimate space. They'll be wearing sunglasses in a way that is kind of like, why are you wearing sunglasses right now? Like, what is going on? Like, we're at a movie. Like, we're at a movie premiere and you won't take your sunglasses off. It's going to be kind of weird. So I just want to plant that seed now, that I think that the more, like, it's probably already happened. I was at Barnes & Noble the other day, and I saw like a book that had been written by a celebrity that literally on the front, they're wearing their shades, and it wasn't someone that normally wore their shades, or wasn't somebody that normally like had that more like diva aspect to them. But that was just something that I popped into my head the other day. So I just wanted to plant that seed here. I have no idea what I was talking about, but that was so, look into the eyes and you'll get the vibe. Look into their eyes and you'll get the vibe. Just start looking more directly in people's eyes and see what happens. So Jupiter goes direct on the 30th. Mercury goes direct on the 1st. The Sun and Pluto go into Aquarius together on the 20th, and then Uranus will go direct on the 27th. Boom, 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 boom. Don't keep a succubus on you. If you know what I'm talking about, just give it to the moon. Just give it to the moon. There'll be other times to have those conversations. Honest to goodness, maybe in a few days when the moon is in Libra, having those conversations over here. Because when we have our full moon in 2 weeks, our new moon is going to be when the Sun and the moon are conjunct at 20 degrees of Capricorn over here. So from now until then, we have the moon over here. When the moon's in Leo, it'll come out harsh. I'd say when the moon is in Virgo or Libra, that will be your time to have some of these bigger chats, for lack of a better term. But just use this full moon to identify. Yeah, you're literally healing cultural family roots. You're doing ancestral healing. You're ending karmic cycles and patterns in a really accessible way. You don't have time for he said, she said bullshit. You don't. Pardon me for swearing. I'm trying not to in my public videos. But you don't have time for that. And so utilizing phrases like, if this is someone that is, had been VIP or had been acquaintance, actually no, VIP is, that's what we just talked about. This is acquaintance or team, and we need to move them into fan or spectator. You just keep setting those boundaries and just keep saying no. They'll get it. If you need to have if they're just like, why aren't you, why? Just say, you know what, I'm just kind of really focused on my life. No love lost. I just really need to stay focused on what's most important to me. I really do. And then that will kind of parlay over into okay, I recognize that I'm not most important to them. We don't have to be passive aggressive about this, but you don't have to soapbox it as well. If this is someone that was in your acquaintances, if this is someone that's on your team that you need to let go, I would really honestly, I would wait until the first of the year to do it. I would acknowledge it and kind of like set them up for success. Maybe even like give them some time off, but like I would wait until the first of the year or even the 30th when Jupiter goes direct. It'll sound a little bit lighter, but because we have Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, it'll come out like you can actually go fuck yourself and you're not, pardon me for swearing, but you're not really cool enough for this team anymore. It'll really, if you want to be compassionate, just wait, astrologically speaking. Okie dokie, we're going to parlay over into the tarot right now. And I just want to show, I have 4 cards here that I wanted to highlight. And it gives a little bit of a validation as to kind of like some imagery as to the intensity of what we're feeling. So this is the Capricorn card. Doesn't he look kind and nice? Like I said, this is my natal moon. So it's like when I really like... Sometimes I can feel like, oh, you're still crying. You're still crying. You could write this into a memoir and you could monetize your pain right now, right? You could, oh, you're still crying. Okay. Cool. I'm kidding. I'm very empathetic and compassionate. I am. I really am. I'm an Aries Sun conjunct Jupiter in the 5th house with my Capricorn moon in the 3rd house and a Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto in the 12th house. So I'm just like surrounded by like entities at all times, and I was meant to do this work. I was meant to have very deep, dark transformations, and I'm here to help you make sense of it all. I can be there when you need empathy, and I can be there like the moon when you need to hold space. And feel it. The more you need to feel it, just feel it. But then when it's time to pick up the pieces, we'll get to the decans of the minor arcana in a second. So this can just be the possessions, the 3D world, you know, the pentacle-based stuff. This can also be, you know, it's the matrix that we have to live in. This is the world that we have to live in. Like, I'm a quantum healer, can usually see a minimum of 3 universes through my eyes normally, just how I function in this world. So functioning in the 3D pentacle world, I have to stay grounded. I have to eat certain foods, and I have to stay in certain vibrations, and I can't go into certain rooms because that's my reality. I want you to just be aware, I apologize for the glare on this, that the chains that surround these people's necks can easily be removed. So although we have to play in the matrix, and though we chose to come down to this polarity-based reality, as my guides so eloquently tell me at all times, we can play the game as the director instead of the player. You know what I mean? There's a difference between this is happening to me to my soul contracted this to be in front of me for me to learn how to navigate it and to come out of it stronger and to have a stronger soul. So I like that. This is the card that represents Cancer, the major arcana card that represents Cancer. There's no people on this card. Kind of looks like an eclipse. Some tarot readers call this an eclipse card. And you know, the 2 towers back there, it can be a gate, but they also look like the tower in the tower card. There's many different cards that kind of show these towers over here. But remember, we're all the werewolf right now. We're all a little bit like even when I was pulling tarot cards this morning, and I have to remind myself, it can be a little bit like, what's going on? This is internal healing. So nourish yourself, girl. Nourish yourself, my guy. Make a home-cooked meal, like I said. So this card, like I had referenced in the Capricorn season introductory video, this card represents the 1st degree to the 10th degree of Capricorn in the astrological wheel. So this is where the sun is in the sky. And this is where the moon is in the sky. Focus on what you do have. Focus on the good. I don't care how many seats at the table are empty. Are any of them full? You're sitting there. Are you part of your ride or die team? Love up on yourself. Love up on your friends. You're a great partner, a great family member, a great community member. Focus on that. Not whomever we've been talking about. Once it'll feel like such a brazen blemish. It'll feel like this just doesn't fit anymore. This just doesn't fit. It's okay. It's okay. I gave a little parable in the all signs reading, in the astrological chart reading, where it's talking about like the kiddo that doesn't know how to tie his shoes, who has the Velcro on his shoes. And that kiddo, some people just said, okay, well, I don't know how to tie my shoes. My parents tell me that I'm perfect, so I don't ever have to evolve or adapt, so I'm just going to wear Velcro shoes forever. Where some of us, you know, got shoes with laces on them, and we learned how to tie our shoes. And we struggled at first, but we figured it out. And so now, the situation, whatever this vibrational thing is that we're letting go of, that used to feel safe, yeah, being able to whip on those Velcro shoes and run out the door used to be awesome. But now, how cool is it to like lace up those amazing hiking boots that you got at, what was it, like REI or LLB, and you're just like hitting it, and you're doing your little like, oh my God, who was that baseball player that used to do that? He was on the Sox, I can't even remember, but like, he did all the little things, and he just, yeah, how cool is it to be able to have a process like that? Please comment below who that baseball player is, because I just like can't remember it right now. He had like a type of a name. But it's okay to have awesome new boots and be lacing them up to go on like a 10-mile hike instead of being told that you're perfect and never evolving. You know what I mean? Totally different things. So I'd say you can balance and navigate everything that's happening in this ever-changing world, and you can do it with a smile and with grace, because as you do, when you do, you find your home in the people around you. You find your safety. that's it for this video. I'm going to do a whole separate video on a channeled message from my guides. So I was just trying to check in with them, and they're just like, nope, we'll just say it in our message. So thank you so much for being here. Please comment that baseball player's name below because it's going to bug me for a little while. Please comment any questions you have. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new here. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to be here with you. Also, please share this video with someone that you think might really appreciate it. If you speak leadership, if you've come from corporate like me and you're kind of stepping into your sovereignty, especially in the spiritual community, I find so many different things can be so far out there and not as reachable even for me. So I like to offer information just very, very practically in a little bit of a bum way. I hope you like it. I really do. I really do. I'm all rugged up in my house sweater and slippers, and it feels like home. So it's my pleasure to be here. Please email directly if you're keen for a one-on-one session. All my rates are going up pretty intensely, and they're changing. My offerings are all changing, like in a really, how do I say? My guys have been telling me for about a year to put my rates to the place where they're telling me to put them, and it was only my imposter syndrome that kept them lower. So I do very quantum work, and it would be my pleasure to work one-on-one directly with you. I'm also going to be offering birth chart readings that you can purchase, and that I will send you the link to a video that's just for you. I'm going to have different tiers of pricing. So it's going to be a little bit more accessible, I think, depending on what it is that you want, and not just like a general brushstroke of like everybody's under this umbrella. I'm trying to make it, if you're keen for tarot, if you're keen for astrology, if you're keen for quantum healing. And I'm also going to have just a coffee talk option if you're interested in that as well, where you will do more of the talking and I will just be on the other end of the line to hold space and to listen to you. But that will be an offering as well. So with my full heart, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And it's a beautiful world. It's a really beautiful world. And 2024 is going to be a beautiful, beautiful dawn. It's year 8. After a 7, I'm ready. Ciao, darling.